Son, I am disappointed. It's a good meme. What the fuck are these? What year is it? Fostex Massdrop. So, Massdrop. T-X0s. Now, the headband gives it away. These are Mark II modifieds. So, for anyone wondering, the Mad Dogs here, Mr. Speaker's Mad Dogs, were one of my first headphones that I bought them used when I was just starting out. So, I mean, we're talking about like 5 years ago plus on this whole thing that I got these used. They were broken, by the way. I had to solder something. But, fuck. Game changer for me. This really took me out of, like, normal and into something special. And this was the last hurrah, or at least it was nearing the last hurrah of the Mark IIs. What came after this were, like, the Alphas and the Alpha Primes. The Alpha Dogs and the Alpha Primes. And then, what I consider to be the final form were the Mark II Argons by Modhouse. And I know Ryan, who runs Modhouse. I've met with him. And I've reviewed the Argons. And he kept making them and trying to make them. And then he started running out because there are no more left. So that was like last year. So he's here, by the way, coming up for review of the Mark III Argons, which took him months to actually get like right, because the Mark IIIs, which are like the T20s and T50s, you know, the ones that everyone, oh, I love. But you know, there's the Mayflower mod, there's the ZMF mod, it's like 4 or 5 mods, and those will get their own review because I need it. Let's just leave those on the end of the table there. Let's just say that they came out because I had to know certain things. And no matter how hard you cut it, disappoint. See, the Mark IIIs are hard to mod to make them good. They're not easy. You get the T50s, and I love the T50s by default. But then you hear like a modified version, like wow. And then you hear the T20s with pad. Ooh, so it takes a lot of effort to make the Mark IIIs sound really good. What it doesn't take a lot of effort is for the Mark IIs to sound good. Because every Mark II mod I've ever heard sounded exceptional. Except these. I don't know how you fuck it up. Because I'm just sitting here listening, doing my final listen, and I'm like, alright, I'll pull out those. And I'll listen on the fucking brand new Mark III Argons, which don't even talk about those. They're coming in their own videos. Shut up. But then I went from those to the Mad Dogs to compare. And I love these. And these are so much better than these at everything. And I haven't changed the pads. This is this. Look at the strap it comes with. Is this giant. It may as well be cardboard, because here's the Mr. Speaker's, like, it's like leather. It's nice. It's flexible and soft. It's all worn like an old pair of jeans. I love that. I love how I'll never sell these. I took these on the plane to Japan. These are my equivalent of Bose noise canceling. And if you look on the Argons, on the 2s or the 3s, he has his wife hand stitch deer skin onto these. Are deer skin. No one does deer skin. It's great. And if you look at this, it's whatever the fuck this is trying to be, because it's not supple or soft. Listen. I should be able to make that sound with any material touching the top of my head, because that's the sound of plastic. But it's stapled Fostex T-X0. And here's another thing. I haven't even brought them down. They're the T60 RPs, which are Fostex saying, hey, modders, fuck you. We can mod our own cans and sell them too. And I'll get to those. And those are exceptionally good. That is a fight that's not going to be fun to talk about. But we're talking about disappointment, because it's if these sounded anything close to what the old school Mad Dog sounded like, this would be an entirely different review. But I have to look at these from a perspective of these are available today in 2016. Wow, less drugs. 2018 Mark II mod, and you can't pull it off. Going from A to B to C sounded it sounded like mono, and it's not. But there was a song that played that was just the most delicate, like fucking, and washed across, and it was like a 30-second intro to whatever techno song or whatever it was. Can I figure out what it was? Can I go back far enough so I could actually... No. There it is. Triphonic Parks on Fire from the Emergence album. So Triphonic Parks on Fire. The very beginning of that song was like... And that was the final listen. That was the last, like, I restarted this. Why? Why? You don't even sound like you're doing anything. You don't even sound like a... Here's the thing. They don't even get passable as a headphone. Like, just not trying to be marked... Forget being Mark II, anything. Forget being... Just, these are the Yosemite Sam lights by Phonico. Try them out. And I'll just be like... Like there's that tapping to the left, but it's just happening to my left. And there's a sound. And then there's more sound. It's just sound. It's just sound. How do you drop the ball? How does Monoprice... Not Monoprice. How does Massdrop... Did I say Monoprice like 8 times in this review? How does Massdrop drop the ball after the 6XXs? Well, actually, you know what? I really can't blame them. Here's the thing about Massdrop. They commission companies to take their designs and produce them in China real cheap, and let's put them on their site. And the 4XXs, exceptionally good. Just fucking love them. 6XXs, basically 650s with a different shell. They're perfect for what they are. These, they handed Fostex money. It said, Fostex, we want you to make a cheap version of the blah, blah, blah. So Fostex basically dropped the ball. So the question is, why would they do that? I mean, I want to go into like, well, the T50s and T20s. Like Fostex proved to me they know how to make a headphone. We got these motherfuckers staring at me, going, hey, Fostex gives a shit. I know TH100s. Then I got the T60s over there, which are coming up, and I don't want to bring them even near. That's living proof, growing living proof that Fostex can make an exceptionally good headphone for relatively cheap. So why did Massdrop give them money and then... Well, actually, they didn't give them money. I guess they guaranteed their sales and then fuck it up so bad. They're just a dull, lifeless hunk of sound is the best way I can describe it. Which is, considering that's my job, is just to describe sound, I should figure out something better. Okay, let's put on something that Postmodern Jukebox always gets me going. It's like see these soft cat hair covered pads? It's like the sound's coming through those. It's just like, here, you ready? I'm gonna put my hand in front of my mouth and talk like this. It's just taking away a little bit of what needs to be there. And I'm okay with soft headphones. I'm okay with headphones that are just chill and relaxed and the highs disappear, because fuck highs sometimes. Sometimes you just wanna, lay back and chill. And these, they go to that end and then they go a little bit to fucking all on the floor. They just fall down. fucked up. They don't even have exceptionally wide soundstage. They have probably more soundstage than Mark III's do by default, but there's no tasty treble or even high mid-range to really excite you into understanding like that. Like the Mad Dogs, in this comparison, I want to keep looking at the fucking Argons, but I won't. But the Mad Dogs, they almost have no mid-bass at all. It's just sub-bass, and then the mid-range and treble are far away because the soundstage is so crazy. And the Mark II Argons, which I regret not owning a pair, just were probably the most soundstage of a headphone. Period. Okay, so that's where that's coming from. So the fact that you've got these not doing exceptional soundstage, and yet whatever you are doing is just dull, and I don't like listening to them. My job is to listen to all these headphones all the time, swap them out, put this on 660s out and about Bluetooth. Let's take a walk. And if I dread listening to something, I have to really pay attention when I do the review to get that across. Like, hey, I got these. Someone sent them in, and I listened to them, and I don't fucking like them. I don't like them at all. Just at all. It's just the pads get like nice and toasty warm, and then the sound gets nice and toasty warm. But it's just there's nothing. They make me go like if vocals come on, you could just tell. Something is amiss in Denmark. Skipping through things. I really need to build a network cable so this changes track faster. Like if I put on just instrumental stuff, which I happen to have a lot of. Here, John Coltrane. It's just I can't. And you shouldn't. So they've added their own comfort strap, which is, I don't know what it is. Is that my nail coming off or part of this? It's one or the other. They added they have a good comfort strap. It's right over there. They added a shitty ass comfort strap. They put on these pads, which you know what? I don't hate the pads, but they're certainly not helping with this. Now, I haven't. Do you know what's the best part about having Mark II? You know what? Here's what's going to happen. Ready? People are going to buy these. There'll be a link in the description to Massdrop for when these are dropping. You know why people are going to buy these? It's a guaranteed source of Mark IIs that you could send to Mod House and have them make Mark II Argons. Because the Mark III Argons are exceptional. But if you want the Mark II Argons, which again were the widest soundstage, they're literally, it's a part spin. It's a part spin. You could keep the head strap if you want. That might bring the price. I don't know how much Mod House is charging now to convert. Because you could send in your Mark IIs and have them convert them. So that's why these are going to sell on Massdrop. From me saying in this video, hey, buy these for whatever they go for, $200, and ship them out. And for, I don't know how much the cost is, but whatever the cost is, as long as he can reverse what happened to these, whatever tweaking they did to the driver, to the fill, and turn them into Mark II Argons, it's the best news I can give you. It's the best news I can give you. Because he ran out. Mod House ran out of Mark IIs. Every supplier, distributor, we don't have any more left. And he had to move on to Mark IIIs. Those are fucking exceptional. But if you want the only headphone that could punch the fucking Mad Dogs in the face, it was Mark II Argons. And this is just basically the piece of paper that someone else can go and draw those with. So here's the stock Fostex cable. I don't believe it had both two cables. I think it just came with the one. And I know that for a fact Because this, are you ready? This is Fostex's idea of a joke. Because this is never acceptable. This is never acceptable. Can anyone tell me why? Class? Jimmy? Oh, because it's a fucking a cantilevered 4-inch goddamn connector on a little tiny 3.5mm. You want to talk about torque? I could just I'll break something. Something will break. This bad. This is the worst fucking possible thing on earth. This type of connector shouldn't even exist. I have fucking like 5 here. Fuck are you? Here's one. I have another one in there. Here's one. I have a right angle one here. Fuck it. Look, Fostex. This. See this? Where it can actually like plug in and then plug into a quarter. This is acceptable. This is motherfucking acceptable. To exist. I feel like throwing it away and just sending back this. I'll just hear. Which ones are these? This is from my Grotto GS1000s. This is from the Sennheiser 660s. And I bought a Hosa one. I will link in the description. The Hosa one that's a little 90 degree. It's actually shorter than both of these. But it's not this. This is dangerous. This is asking for trouble. No one has a setup where this is guaranteed to not fucking break something. You don't. So, Fostex as a company, I have a Fostex logo on the rear window of my car. I have no Fostex gear in my car. Those exist, and therefore I'm a Fostex fanboy. Those exist, and those exist. I'm a Fostex fanboy. These exist, and all I'm saying is, okay, thank you, Fostex. Unless they're trying to just I don't know. Are they trying to make them bad on purpose so that people buy the T60s? What kind of strategy is that? What kind of business strategy? I don't understand. But I'm the only reason that the T-X0s exist is so people can buy them and give Modhouse Audio something to do. That's it. I can't. I don't think they came in. I have a box for them somewhere over here. The piles of thing. I'm gonna put them away now, and I'm gonna send them back and be like, sorry. Well, I don't know. People send me in headphones. They don't care if I give them a bad review. I just have to give them an honest review, and I can't stand listening to these. I listen to I was listening to here. I'm about to do the review of this pair of headphones, and I guarantee you, if you had someone was watching and they had a timer going, I probably listened to these 44% of the time, and these 31% of the time, and these the rest of the time. So I'm about to review these, and I couldn't even listen to them for the review. I've been listening to them for weeks, on and off. And I say on and off because I put them on, hit play, and take them the fuck off. So there you go. Bad reviews are rare, but bad headphones are rare. At least ones that are like super popular. And I don't know if these are super popular, but they're popular enough to make me fucking get a pair to review. So, wallpaper downloaded in the description. Patreon link, which funds this organization and probably could help throw some money at mods. And I really want to do a lot of collaboration, maybe even a podcast in the future. Podcasts coming up, and if he's like, hey, I want to start modding things, if I could throw $500 at him and give him a pair of headphones, and he could create something and then sell it. He didn't have that money before, and he's not running a Patreon, but fuck, you're all willing to donate for that. I want to make things happen with this free money. Patreon is free money to make things happen. So let's figure out what to make things happen with. Anyway, wallpaper, Patreon, links to a lot of stuff, things and stuff in the description. I don't even know. And sound demo is in there. And I did the sound demo already. I have to edit it. The audio is still in the recorder. But no. It's just no. It's just no. No. It's just no. It's just no. No.